Husserl, 1859 to 1938, was a German philosopher who established the school of phenomenology, a significant movement in 20th century philosophy. Husserl is often considered one of the most influential philosophers of the 20th century, especially within the continental tradition. He sought to develop a systematic, scientifically rigorous method for studying consciousness and experience. Husserl was born into a Jewish family in the Kingdom of Bohemia, then part of the Austrian Empire and now in the Czech Republic. He initially studied mathematics, where he was influenced by the works of Carl Friedrich Gauss and Bernhard Riemann, before turning to philosophy. He studied under Franz Brentano, a significant figure in the history of philosophy due to his reintroduction of the concept of intentionality, a concept that would prove central to Husserl's own work. Husserl's central philosophical project was to develop a systematic, clear method for describing conscious experience, which he termed phenomenology. For Husserl, phenomenology involved bracketing or putting aside questions about the external world to focus directly on the structures and contents of consciousness itself. This phenomenological reduction, as he called it, was meant to allow the philosopher to describe experience as it is lived, without making assumptions or employing concepts from the natural sciences or everyday life. In his early work, notably in logical investigations, Husserl focused on issues related to logic and meaning. He attacked psychologism, the view that the laws of logic are empirical generalizations about how we think. Against this, Husserl argued that the laws of logic are absolute and non-empirical. He also developed a complex theory of intentionality, the property of consciousness by which it is always consciousness of something. One of Husserl's most famous ideas is the concept of the life world, Lebenswelt, which he introduced in his later work, notably in The Crisis of European Sciences. The life world is the pre-theoretical lived experience that forms the backdrop of all our other activities, both scientific and non-scientific. Husserl believed that the natural sciences, valuable as they are, have become increasingly alienated from this lived experience, and that phenomenology could help to bridge this gap by offering a meticulous description of the life world. Husserl was also concerned with the notions of time, perception, and the self, seeking to understand the structure and essence of these phenomena through careful first-person examination. Husserl's work has been incredibly influential, particularly in Europe. It provided the groundwork for existentialism through his student Martin Heidegger, for the structuralism of Roland Barthes and Claude Lévi-Strauss via his influence on Roman Jakobson, and for the post-structuralism of Jacques Derrida, who began his career with a critique of Husserl's theory of meaning. In addition to philosophy, his work has also been influential in fields like psychology and social science. The Husserlian approach to philosophy, with its emphasis on careful description and its focus on consciousness and experience, remains a central strand in the fabric of contemporary continental philosophy. His phenomenological method has been widely adopted and adapted, and many of his specific concepts continue to be central to philosophical debate today.